my name is Frances Felicia, and I'll be presenting my senior project on kids of all ages. So I did my senior project at Kaiser Permanente with the Department of Pediatrics. So the Kaiser Medical Office that I performed my senior project was the one on Response Road. It's a block away from Arden Mall, and it's near building complex and apartments as well. So just a little background about Kaiser Permanente. It is a not-for-profit organization, and they began at the height of the Great Depression. And it was founded by Henry J. Kaiser, as you can see in the top picture, and physicians Sidney R. Garfield, which is right here. And they founded it in 1945, but they officially opened it to the public in July of 1945. So why did I choose Kaiser Permanente as my senior project? Well, I chose it because I was interested in the health field. My mother, she managed an elderly care home, which I grew up in, and I watched her take care of the elderly from making their beds, giving them medications, cooking their meals, and it just sparked an interest in me for the health field because I want to do the same for people. And not only that, but I wanted to expand my knowledge. I knew a little bit about the health field, but I wanted to know more because I want to major in nursing and hopefully become a doctor, so I needed to know more. So Kaiser was the perfect fit for me. And I also helped my community. I helped the community by giving them support, giving resources, and I also am able to help them by providing them extra help. And it's convenient hours. I was able to go whenever I needed to, when I have time in my busy schedule, and it's close to home. It's only a 20 to 25-minute drive. So responsibilities I have were interacting with patients, making sure that the patient was feeling comfortable during their treatment, and making sure that they have everything that they need. And I also restocked items. As you can see in this picture here, one of the main things I restocked were books. Books was a big thing at the pediatric department because from the ages 2 months to 24 months, they give the patient a book so that they're able to read it and stimulate the brain and understand colors, words, and able to gain more knowledge as they grow. And I also did clerical work. I updated medical records. So we usually get a big stack of medical records from different medical offices, and they give it to me and they said, find the IZs. And even if they're duplicates, I still have to put the post-its. And then I would give them to the MA that is in charge, and they will put in the medical record, the IZs, to the proper patient. And I also inputted prescription. As you can see in this picture here, I inputted prescription for a patient. So before that, the doctor has to give the patient a hard copy of the medication. And me, as one of the employees of the department, I have to put the patient's name, medical record, the prescription, and the date, and put if it's in the morning, AM, and if it's evening, PM. And this task was very important because if you get something wrong, you mess up the whole system, and the patient will not be able to get well if they don't have the right medication. And I also did welcome packets, which are used to give to new patients that are in the pediatric department. So typical days, I arrive, check in with my supervisor. I check and distribute mail, and the department I worked at, the pediatrics, was divided into 2 sections. So I had to go back and forth, putting the mails in their mailboxes. And then I help the MA nurses and doctors. I mostly help the MAs, which are medical assistants, and the nurses with their daily tasks, paperwork, doing bandages, putting syringes together. And I did clerk work like faxing, copying paper mail, making phone calls, and working on CHDP forms, which are Child Health and Disability Prevention, which is from the state. And they do this with patients that have Medi-Cal, Medicare, so that they're able to stay on top of their health. So I have 2 great memories, but the first one was watching an injection happen firsthand. So I was doing my daily thing, and then the nurse is like, do you want to watch an injection happen? I go, of course, like I don't want to pass that moment up. So I watched her get the syringe, get the bandages, put it on her tray, and then she got all of them lined up. And she would get the HPV, for example, which is an inactive, and then she'll mix it with the sterile water, which makes it active. And so she put that together in a form, and then she's like, okay, let's go. So we went into the room, and then the patient was a 6-month-old baby. And I was just kind of amazed of how the whole process happened before, but then right when you enter the room, the atmosphere changed. Because the patient already feels that nerves that you kind of progress to the patient. So the nurse performed the injection, and of course the baby goes crying. And while the nurse was doing that, I had to exit the room because I got emotional. This was the first time, and I don't want to see a little kid get hurt and cry. And so I left the room, and then I came back, and the patient looked at me in this stern look, and she's like, what did you do? Like, why did you do that? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I didn't do anything to you. I didn't touch you. I didn't even lay a finger on you. And it's like, just get out. And so I just left, and then I asked the nurse, I go, how were you able to do it? And she goes, well, in nursing school, they do it on dummies. You know, when you do CPR. And she's like, that was fine. But once she did it in real life, like firsthand, she said it was a totally different experience. Like, you get emotional, but then you get used to it. And another memory was listening to the stories of MA nurses and doctors. So I was able to see their experience and how they got to where they are, and it would help me in the future be able to get to where I want to be. So volunteering helps the community. Well, it lightens the workload of the employees of the department. I am able to do the paperwork that they need to so that they're able to focus more on the patient and the family. I save resources such as money, which the money that can be used to replenish and get more things for the department instead of wasting it on a salary for another employee to do the things that I'm doing for them. And we work towards a common goal. So the pediatrics department, they're trying to work on a one-on-one system, so one MA to one doctor. And so I'm able to help the department work to that common goal by doing all the paperwork that they need to be able to concentrate on that goal. So some challenges I face is time management. I am a procrastinator, but the thing is I like to plan things ahead, but I don't do them until the day before they're due. It's crazy. And then balancing schedule. I'm in both AP and IB classes, so it's difficult for me to balance both from school to volunteer. And social skills, I'm a shy person, which I know some of you guys don't see it, but I'm really shy because I think I got it from when I was growing up. I moved a lot, so I didn't really gain that social skill that I wanted. And then learning new procedures, I would learn clerical work in a different way, but then when you get to the medical field, you have to learn it a totally different way because you have the security, you have the security of the patient, so make sure like none of the medical information they have will be on like newspapers or anything. So my growth is helping with college applications. I'm able to show colleges my strengths, and I got accepted to 3 of the CSUs I applied to, and this fall I'll be attending CSU Bakersfield as a major in nursing. I also manage my time more effectively. I'm able to do the things little by little and not wait till the last minute. And I gain social skills. I know what to say and what to do when I meet new people. And I build confidence because before I am not able to come up here and talk to you guys. But now as I grew from doing my senior project, I was able to build that confidence. I just want to give special thanks to Mrs. Pitts, my AP English teacher, Mrs. Janet Aldu, my supervisor, for understanding my schedule and allowing me to balancing my schedule, and Mrs. Michelle, the nurse manager of the department, for allowing me to shadow the nurses and work with her nurses, and the Kaiser Permanente pediatric staff and doctors for allowing me to get into their day, get to know what they're doing, and be able to talk to them. Thank you.
Wow.